Right, so I'm from Greece. My path to the US, my dad saw opportunity here to become a doctor. He had an associate here, met with him. He liked Sisters Hospital, so he decided to settle down here in Buffalo. I live in the suburbs of Athens, outside the city, probably like a 20 to 30 minute drive. The town name is Glifada. It's like 2 blocks away from the beach, so we get to walk there, which is nice. It's a nice area. So back in Greece, everyone lives in apartments. So we have our apartment there, we still own it, but that's where I grew up. Great place, really warm neighborhood, by the beach. A little different from here, you know. Here it's cold, not really, no beach, but a little different. Favorite thing, gotta be the Greek food, the warm weather, and the beaches. Least favorite thing, probably just the economy. Economy was pretty bad. Lack of like opportunity job-wise, kinda. Right, so it was a pretty scary time for everyone living in Greece. We were fortunate enough to be in America at this time, but all our family that still lived there during the time and now, everyone was just taking all their money out of the banks because they were scared. They didn't know if it was going to crash. They didn't know what was going to happen. So you know, it was a very tough time, but luckily Greece decided to stay with the European Union, so there was no complete crash, which would have led to Russia taking over, so I'm glad that didn't happen. So you know, gotta look on the bright side sometimes. Yeah, a little bit of a culture shock. Music's different, movies are different. People are different, a lot more diverse here, the melting pot, the land of opportunity. Over there, everyone's kind of the same. Right, so what I miss most is definitely my family, my grandparents, because we only really get to see them once a year. We're fortunate to go back to Greece once a year, but you know, they're so far away, so that's tough. That's what I miss the most. And the warm weather, and then the really good food. Favorite food was souvlaki. It's like pita bread with like a pork meat inside with some Greek sauce, so it's really good. You know, traditional Greek sports are the Olympics, so I participated in those. Did really well, would have like gone on to like compete for gold, but had to move here, and sports are a bit different here, so yeah. So education system's different, obviously. A little bit more pressure. Coming out of high school, everyone takes this one crucial exam. How you do on this one exam impacts where you go to college, impacts basically your life. So here, you know, you can take 18 SATs or whatever you want, and you have your grades, you have your affirmative action, but over there it's just like one exam basically, and your grades. I'd say you guys are in a tough spot right now. It's almost a lesser of two evils in this upcoming election, but one is clearly more evil, and that's Hillary Clinton. So I'd say vote for Trump, and you guys will be set.
My name is Magdi I was born in Cairo, Egypt. My mom was Greek and my dad was Syrian from Aleppo. My first impression was Manhattan, going to Manhattan, seeing the high-rising buildings. We didn't have high buildings in Egypt. Even when I traveled in Europe, we didn't have that high of buildings. It was overwhelming, it was beautiful. People were extremely nice and welcoming when I came here, and that was the first impression I got. the national sport is soccer, so all the kids had to play soccer. I played soccer as a kid, and my favorite sport was squash. That was the one I liked the most. It was very popular there. Big change. The weather is colder. People are as nice as they are in Egypt. The cuisine is different. We didn't have the same pizza and wings we have here. It was a pleasant experience for me. The diversity is, we grew up in a cosmopolitan city, and we have the same here in Buffalo. We have all kind of ethnicities and all kind of varieties as far as it goes to food. The language was a little bit difficult with my accent, but we got by the first few months. There's more opportunity here in the States. The economy is way better. Stability, opportunity, freedom of speech, equality that helps every person, American born or immigrant, to get a good opportunity for education and work. Politics are different, and it doesn't interfere with the day-to-day activity or work, but definitely much better here. It's hard to duplicate the wherever you grow up, the first few years of life, the friends you make, the habits that you get used to, the schools, the school friends, the education. It leaves a big print and a big influence on you, and that I would miss. My education was French, I miss that. My friends I grew up with, school, I miss them. Can't duplicate that. The food, the family, the warmth. It was hard the first few months, few years traveling and starting a new life here.